What is up, everyone? This is MikeDroTV. I'm ready to make a YouTube video on how to hit an MLB The Show 21. I will be giving you some tips and tricks. I'll show you some of the settings I use. I'm not the best player in the world, but I am all about helping people get better, especially if you're new to the game this year, whether you're on a PlayStation for the first time or you're coming over from Xbox. We welcome you and we want to help you get better. I don't do a lot of tutorial videos, but I do want to make more of these. We can also do marketplace videos. I've already done a pinpoint video. If this is the kind of content you like, please make sure to like the video. It lets me know I'm doing something right. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel after watching and keep those notifications on for the next video. So what we're going to do is scroll all the way down to the bottom when you get to the main menu of MLB The Show 21, and we're going to click on Custom Practice. You can choose whatever team you want. I like to choose the home team for myself, so we're going to be the Yankees. However, my opponent, I want to face some of the cards that I'm going to see in MLB The Show. Like, you can choose any of these teams that you want, but in reality, are you going to be facing a bunch of these cards in the game on Diamond Dynasty? Not likely. However, if you go on the Long Ball Beasts, Expansion Era Boomers, Mid-Century Groundbreakers, and then some of the All-Star teams, those are the better cards in the game. They either have a really good live series card, or we have some of these legends in here that are going to be 99 overall and more likely to come up against you. I believe I want to face Pedro Martinez, so he should be on the Long Ball Beast. Those are guys that were stars in like the 90s, 2000s, stuff like that. You can pick whatever stadium you want. You can do spring training, you can do MLB, All-Star Stadium, Classic Stadiums, minor leagues. I'm going to choose my creative stadium. And hitting isn't the only thing you can do in custom practice, but that's what we're going to focus on today. As the home team, it shows the Yankees on the mound first. We don't want to hit, so you just simply go to practice type. You choose any one of these. What's team practice? So you can do batting, pitching, or team practice. If you do just batting, it's just you and the pitcher, nothing else interacting. I kind of want to see, how the defense would react to me hitting, so let's choose team practice. Hey guys, it's Mike the Moron here. I just realized now my camera is blocking everything that tells you how you want to organize things in team practice. So hold on 1 second and bear with me. It's showing you what team is on defense, what team is at the plate, what batter you're using, what pitcher you're facing, balls, strikes, outs, and whether you want to repeat a certain play or a certain at-bat over and over and over again. Apologize for the confusion there. Back to my super useful tutorial. Thank you for watching After the Fact. Team defense, we want to be on offense, so that you see that flips to my team being the team at bat. And yeah, we're facing Pedro Martinez. That's a pretty good pitch mix. He's going to be tough to hit. You can also set up scenarios that you want. Let's say you struggle with runners in scoring position. We can add a runner on second base. You can add a runner on third base. You can load the bases if you want to. You can change the count you're in. Let's say maybe you're nervous about a 3-1 count you want to work on. You can do this. And let's say you're working on a specific hitter. You want to get used to someone's specific swing. You can go to at-bat or play. You can repeat it over and over and over again. We're just going to start off with Finley because he's the leadoff hitter in the lineup. And then when you're comfortable with all your settings, start practice. Now, one more thing. I want to show you my settings. I like to play on Legend because the pitches come in so fast. The pitches break so much. It's hard to adjust to. I want things looking like beach balls when I get to All-Star or Hall of Fame in ranked seasons. I prefer using Strike Zone. I believe 99% of the competitive community uses Strike Zone. It's just ideal for me. Everyone's got a different one, but for me, I like Strike Zone the most. The hitting interface, you can use Zone. That's the most common one. There is a good portion of the community that uses Directional, and that's okay. However, you will not be able to put a lot of different input on this. You just time the swing, that's it. The PCI moves around for you, whether you're early or late or whatever. I prefer to use Zone. There's also pure analog where you use the right stick to do that, but once again, I would just want to use Zone and then buttons. So we're going to go Zone and then input type on buttons. There's no analog stick to worry about. You just move the PCI with your left hand over here, your left thumb. Yeah, we're going to use input type as buttons. You can also choose analog. I prefer buttons. Just you press X for a regular swing, you press circle for a contact swing, and you press square for a power swing. But in reality, I don't really use any of those buttons except the regular swing with X. Now, this is something that this is where the possibilities really open up. Your PCI, also called plate coverage indicator, is what we move around to locate the ball. There's a couple of different settings. I prefer diamonds. You can have circles, altitude, which is kind of these little dashes going across the screen, or none. You can play without one. I think that's crazy. So we'll stick with the diamonds. Now here's something, let's just show you like a basic one right here, okay? The three diamonds I have are in the middle right there, and then we have the inner PCI right there. The outer one fades out according to my settings, but that's what that looks like as well. That's within the range of making contact. If you get it inside of that circle, it'll look pretty darn good for a hit. If you get it just on the outside, you'll at least usually make contact. We're just looking at the pitches right now. As you can see, Legend is ridiculous. Like I said, there's a couple of different settings you can use for your PCI. I choose not to have the inner or the outer. The way I look at it is aim small, miss small. All I want to see is the diamonds as my PCI. And you can change the transparency even, you can change the color of the PCI, whatever you like. We'll use 100% PCI transparency for now. Yeah, no PCI needed on that. Now, everyone has a different philosophy on how they want to see things coming in and coming out. Okay, that's really fast. With lefties, I prefer to sit low and maybe move a little bit to the outside. I feel I can go up and in pretty easily. That's insanely fast. I advise not checking your swing. It doesn't look good this year. Now, one thing that people can do to break down hitting is you look at all his pitches right here. His four seam goes up to 99, his circle change goes up to 81, his slider goes up to 88, his sinker goes up to 96, and his curveball goes down to 75. Now, Pedro is a very tough hitter to face because usually pitchers with 4 pitches, they usually have at least 3 pitches that are the same velocity. So let's say a 4-seamer and a sinker about the same speed. So you can really count on one pitch being at a certain velocity. And then people have their slider and their changeup and their curveball at the same speed. Not Pedro's case. Every single pitch just about comes at a different velocity, which makes him dangerous because his sinker goes to 92 and his fastball goes to 99, which could also touch 100 there. Now, when you factor that in, you can't really sit on anything Pedro's throwing. It's going to be more of a reactionary thing. Let's see what we got. Okay, he blew that past us. You can see the feedback is too late. We got to get a little earlier on that. Now, I advise you to choose the difficulty that you want to practice on. I usually make World Series every month that I try, and then that plays on Legend once you get above that. I struggle on the highest difficulty. Hall of Fame, I'm not even that great. So, what I advise is just playing on the difficulty that you max out on and go one level higher. Now, when you play MLB The Show online, there's almost always only 3 difficulties you can play on. The first one is All-Star. That's almost always the setting for events. It will always be the setting for Battle Royale. And then in ranked seasons, I believe up to the 600s, you play on All-Star. Once you hit 700, you play on Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame is pretty competitive. It's not the hardest difficulty, but a lot of people struggle to get above Hall of Fame to World Series. Now, Legend is absolutely ridiculous. It's the best of the best. There's guys that can score 20 runs a game on Legend, which is absolutely ridiculous. They have guys still batting 400. I usually struggle on Legend, so that's the difficulty I'm going to play on. If you play on All-Star, you struggle on Hall of Fame, I recommend going to Hall of Fame. Now, mind you, if you're brand new to the game, I'm not going to say you're a wimp if you don't want to play on this. Hey, you're brand new to the game, play on beginner, play on dynamic, play on rookie, play on veteran. Let it cater to you so you can get better. You know what? Maybe we should do dynamic to show you how much it can change. The changes in difficulty are PCI and pitch speed. So yeah, see, that's kind of easy for me personally, so we're going to have to ramp it up a little bit. Let's try Hall of Fame. You see the PCI is a little smaller, expect the pitches to come in a little faster. See, that slider is a lot faster than the first one we saw. As you can see, the way I'm setting my PCI, I don't want to get cheated inside, and then I can still expand over this way. I have no problem really moving over that way, so we're going to set up in here. And look at that. I turn on one, boom, home run. See you later. Almost hit the support wall. You know what? Let's just go to Legend. Real quick. I'm new at these tutorial things. Bear with me. Let me show you how I hit. You'll see a lot of people, just using their left thumb on the stick, no big deal. Some people will tell you to bend your thumb, so there's a little less control in regards to jamming the PCI up or down. I told you guys before, I got massive sausage fingers. Look at those things. They're like Greek freaking big toes. Left or right when you're reacting to a pitch. The thing I was advised to do, his name is Zobliterator. He's one of the best players in the world. He posted a video where he holds it like this. Now, this is a little wonky to get used to at first, but doing up, down, left, right, I prefer this. It's a little easier for me to move my PCI around and get what I want. There's definitely an adjustment phase, but I think it's worth it. For me, with lefties, at least, I sit low and a little away. And there you go. We're a little off. but we're hitting the ball pretty far. Okay, we're going to lay off that pitch too. I always try to make them throw pitches. Even if they throw a couple of strikes, you got to let some of them fall in. The key is to work the count, and ultimately, even if they start throwing the first pitch strike, it doesn't mean you have to swing at it. Even the second strike doesn't always look good. I definitely tighten up with 2 strikes, but just because it's in the zone doesn't mean you have to hit it, and it doesn't mean you got to crush it. Make sure that you're seeing the pitches well before you really commit to something. There we go. He put that right over the middle. He nabbed it. That's a nice catch. We were very early on that anyway. Let's chill out a little bit. Okay, he's not cheating us with fastballs. Why are we early on Legend? Maybe I am good. Oh, see? The circle change is tough to get onto. We're going to have to work on this. This is what this is for. I'm not going to just only show me hitting home runs in practice. There you go. Now he got us early on that. When we make the third out, it restarts the lineup for us. You can change that setting if you want to. I like to make him throw a strike first before I really pounce on something, unless I know what he's about to do, once he establishes a pattern. Now with righties, as you can tell, I'm sitting a little more middle in. Now don't beat yourself up if you're not dominating the practice. I'm practicing right now too, you know what I mean? So if you see me failing here, it's because I'm trying to get better. There we go. We got a piece of that one. That could get all the way out. And that's a home run. Here you go. Like, I just decided right now, I'm going to stick with hitting with Soriano right now because he's not hitting as well as I want him to. Cody Bellinger's up next, and he's hitting over 500 for me in ranked. So I don't feel the need to really work on that right now. Soriano, righty, I'm struggling a little bit. We're choosing to repeat the at-bat over and over. There we go. See? That's kind of a rough foul ball. We're early on that one. See, we want to time it up better. There we go. We hit a nice line drive. That's an out, but we put a good swing on it. That's what we're about right here. Let's change the practice now. Who do I want to hit? You know what? I'm struggling hitting lefty-lefty with Babe Ruth. Let's face it, lefty. Tom Glavine's really good right now, so let's face Babe Ruth with him. We're going to work on that lefty-lefty scenario. See, righty-lefty, I always sit low and away. Lefty-lefty, I'm kind of sitting a little more this way. And then he throws it where I usually sit against righties. And this is more of a reactionary thing. See, this is something I gotta work on. Oh, there we go. We're early, but is that getting over? Yes, it is. We want to practice till we get a bunch of good swings. Okay. See, now the PCI is bad, but the timing is good. Let's lay off that. No matter where you sit, I prefer that you keep your PCI fluid so you're ready to move. I just feel if you don't move it, it's too easy to just jerk in the wrong direction. There you go, hold off on that. There's a bunch of different ways to go about it. This is just the way I go about it. It's ways I've gotten, from watching a bunch of different videos of different content creators. Everyone's got their own method. Hopefully you can find yours. Let's hit at least one lefty-lefty bomb here. Here we go. Good, lefty-lefty. Absolute monster home run. That'll conclude it. Once again, that was a practice session for me, so it wasn't just about hitting big home runs and being like, oh, I can do this, look how good I am, yada, yada, yada. This is the most interactive custom practice we've seen so far, so I want you to take advantage of it, especially if you're new. Even if you're not new, we have people who have never made World Series playing MLB The Show. This is the way to it. Looking at my old records on the Show Nation, in the year 2015, I hit 226. My record was only 70 and 53. In MLB The Show 16, I was 26 and 12, but my batting average was only 218. In MLB The Show 17, I took some batting practice, I took some lessons, I got a monitor, I used some control freaks. My batting average shot up to 278 because I switched to zone hitting, and my record was 430 and 262. Every year since, I've gotten much better. I think last year, my record was like 290 or something like that. Like, I won 200 games, I had less than 100 losses, and I was hitting about 295. The year before, I hit 300. So, I'm telling you, practice makes perfect. For some reason, 2018, 2019, 2020, it doesn't show the correct records online. Even for this year, it says I'm 37 and 23, which is also false. But I can just lie and say I was undefeated, so I'm being honest. If this is something that's exciting to you or helpful, please like the video, make sure you're subscribed, and let me know that you're enjoying the content. I'm going to make some more videos if this is what you guys like to see. Till next time, peace out. Song is copyrighted, but thanks for watching. Da 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 da.